Should be recording right now. Welcome here. I'm not prepared. I'm more or less improvising, but here is the basic context for everybody. European Union is getting, or national agencies, people who are evaluating the projects, they are getting much more obsessed with youth exchanges to be youth exchanging, which means developed by young people. And most of the youth exchanges we are meeting right now are not like that. They are developed by people like me, Ilias, potentially Marco, Lika right now, who, I don't know, are in the business for a while. They understand a bit what it means to work with other people. They understand a bit what it means to write a project. So they somehow compose it together. But from what we can see, national agencies would want group of young people who are meeting each other regularly, locally, how they are coming together, figuring out, hey, this is really important shit. Now we will join with another group from abroad and we will all work together on this really important shit. And all together we will set up the idea, we will set up the learning process, we will set up the logistics, we will write the grant application, we will make it all happen. It's a bit idealistic in my belief. I don't think that this is usually working like this, but I am quite eager to facilitate a process where this could actually happen. So, what it means practically in my head right now is gathering some people who are still young, which means under 30. I'm not under 30 anymore. So some people like you who will have four other friends locally and who will together come up with idea, hey, this is really important. Let's make a project on it. And who will, yeah, come up with the strategy, write the application together, use the money as they wish. And what I can provide in the meantime is some sort of mentoring. And by that, I mean, for example, feedbacking the program, what I think can work, what I think will not work. But in general, my idea is to be like more I'm out of the process, the better. I just want to see other people doing things. And I see Ilias is raising his hand.
Yeah, I was just wanted to comment on the on what you said about you being there to mentor or to say what is okay for the program, or I don't know if you said about the application. Um, I agree with this approach, but what does it mean exactly of you mentoring and saying if that's okay for the program? Because I understand it and I agree. I really agree with it. But isn't it sometimes what you already do and it's not working?
Uh,
Meaning, no. Meaning that still there's going to be an input from you in the program in one way or another, and still it's going to look more professional than how a non-professional young person would build a youth exchange. And I think to be honest, the national agencies want to see a very bad application that is written. No, seriously, they from also from my understanding, they want to see a low quality application that is actually written by young people, because I believe this is how they evaluate it. Because for me, the closest thing that I've ever done to participatory youth participatory creation or design of a youth exchange, it's what we did together, Pathfinder, and one that happened 3 years ago in Greece. Both Pathfinder had mostly the input from the direct input of 3 4 young people, and the indirect input of, I mean, not so indirect to be honest, of 15 20 young people. Still it wasn't approved. Yeah. The other one in Greece 3 years ago, it was written by 4 volunteers, young people, non-professionals, still having the professional input from my side, and it got approved. So from lately from the national agencies, because I've also seen this happening a lot and getting the same feedback from also a bit internally, I've realized I think that this is what they want. Unprofessionally written applications saying that I am uh, Yanis, I am 14 and I wrote this application, and that would be the answer to one of the questions that actually requires 5,000 up to 5,000 characters, where we usually hit our heads on how to find needs and to create questionnaires and this and that about needs assessment. The answer would actually be 2 to 3 sentences, and that, I believe, is what is getting approved lately. And an input from a professional would somehow take this away. Still an assumption. I haven't asked any officer or any evaluator.
No, I mean, valid input. I am actually fine with this. As I mentioned before, less I do, more happy I am. So my idea was, if you ask me for feedback, I'm going to give you feedback. If you're not going to ask me for feedback, I will not give it to you. All I really need to really take care about is some legal things, some real things. So in case that I would be the applicant organization, and I don't have to be applicant organization, by the way, because you have organization, Lika has organization, Marco has organization, so it can be anybody in the end. But if I would be an applicant, I know that I would be cautious about logistical things like how are we doing the insurance, how are we doing the safety, that I'm having my signature in places, and a part of that, like, do whatever you want.
But I just realized the other challenges that I'm seeing, like you need a location, etc. Who young people can get a location in just 6 months? This is the whole 1 year project where they have to look, okay, which location is good, and then talking with them, discussing, and then making sure that there's space for it.
Well, we can help with the locations. We already know where to go approximately.
Okay, but that was my question. If you say, okay, I will just do as less as possible, for me it's like, okay, so location wise they also have to do that part, or is it like, okay, no, we have a location
No,
somewhere?
it's more like they can do it themselves, of course. But if they are like, hey, we need advice with the location, then we can tell them, hey, we know about this place, this place, this place, this place. These are the prices. This is the accessibility. What suits you the best? I see
Okay.
that Lika is raising her hand for a long time.
So I kind of have a question to clarify. Basically, the young people from different countries to gather together, brainstorm, and come up with the project ideas, and they don't have to be represented by local organizations. For example, like people from Georgia, like a couple of kids, youngsters from Georgia, can come up with the idea and talk to other people, and they could, like, how is like procedural wise, should be like they contact the organization to represent themselves, or how is it managed in application wise?
So legal wise, the young people need to be represented by a legal entity. The lowest form of legal entity is the informal group, which can be created, I believe, by five youngsters, but they still need to do some basic paperwork, or they can be sent by NGO, foundation, whatever. What is relevant for us right now? Gather 5 people, talk together, and then if you don't have organization, we will find an organization for you because we have contacts. But anyway, you have your own organization, so it should not be a problem.
No, I understand. Yeah.
Okay, so I wanted to talk also a bit about the topic of the application. For example, Inspire, we are very focused on 2 things, on the well-being and on the LARPs. But what Anna Maria was telling me recently, that they took a project about well-being, they applied it in the Netherlands, and they got 1 point out of 100 with the feedback that well-being.
What the fuck?
Huh? Yeah,
That's just crazy. But so sorry, keep telling,
okay.
Sorry.
So what's even more fun is that they were applying the same project or similar project in Latvia or somewhere 1 year ago, and it was approved without a problem. The reason is that, national agencies are perceiving things differently than they used to. And they told her, well, well-being is not really the focus of the youth exchanges. What is more focus of the youth exchanges is definitely culture exchange, whatever that means, participatory approach, like democratic participation, activization of the people locally. What is very much topic recently is radicalization and basically like going against the radicalization. Anything else which we should put there, Elias?
I mean, there is always green and sustainability, which in many, many national agencies, they're just passing without problems. Especially in the Greek National Agency, it's a huge, yeah.
Mm.
I know in the north there is lots of mental health. I don't know if it's closer to, if it's for youth exchanges or more for youth workers working with young people. So training courses. Yeah.
Just to answer that question, it's do both. So I had a youth exchange last year in May, awarded myself and facilitated myself, and it was about building up resilience to making failures. So, and that got accepted. And at the same time, that's also in the Key Action 2 project I'm right now in. We're creating a digital tool for challenging children who have challenging behaviors.
Yeah. So I proposed the idea about the hedonism. It's in my head for 2 years by now. I just like the idea to have a project where we are just busy with the topic, how to feel good and what we can do right now to have a good time. But I don't think that national agency will be super eager on this. So I'm still leaving it there for you to take. But what I would actually propose to you as the next steps is, first of all, grab at least one more person from your country who can somehow do this with you, with whom you can talk. And then try to see what you really see as a challenge in your social reality. Don't be super busy just with yourself, but really like take a look at the community you are living in and what could be, problem which is there and possible answer to that problem. And I'm going to create a document. Karakosta is coming. Hello there.
Hey, Karakosta, you're too late.
Hello.
Hello. I will just continue and you can catch up later on. Okay?
Yeah, no worries.
Constantine is from Greece, by the way. So after we will discuss what is the possible problem, what is the possible answer, we can put it to the shared document which I'm going to create for you, and then we can have another meeting when we can actually brainstorm together and see, hey, out of this 5 topic, this one seems to be the most relevant, and we can be slowly building upon it. The nearest deadline is in 2 weeks, and I don't intend to catch it. Anyway, I cannot participate in the next deadline because all my slots are full. So I will keep a slot for this for the next October. That means that we have shitloads of time. Still, I like to push things forward because if I don't, then they just evaporate. What I also would like to mention is a bit of a country context. So far, people who showed interest in this are coming from Czech, Greece, Georgia, Poland, and Estonia, Elias?
Estonia.
Okay, and possibly Denmark, if Marco will also involve his organization. So this is already like 6 countries. That already means 36 people on the project. That's already a big number. What I'm trying to say by this, it's not so clever to be adding there more countries. It's not impossible. We could have up to 10 different countries easily, but it can get quite logistically complicated. Yes, Marco?
Yeah, just to already warn you, Denmark might not participate because the challenge will be more on finding actually 5 young people. I'm here in the call just to hear because I was curious, and I will try to find 5 people, but I don't feel that I could start writing because I already wrote my own project. So it's like it's a little bit unfair. I know how I know what they want to hear. I know what they want to how it should look like and how to change it. And so yeah, but I would like to get 5 Danish people, but I'm already telling you that might be challenge.
Typical problem of this part of the world. But anyway, we will be happy if you stick with us in one way or another. And let's see. So let's not count Denmark in for now, but what is Ilya's writing is that Latvia is possibly interested. Yeah. So do you have any questions by now, or should I just sum it up and we call it a day?
I would say let's call it a day, but I would agree that we don't go for February, or at least my availability is very, very difficult for this deadline. I realized today, to be honest. So yeah, I'm kind of out for this deadline. So yeah, let's do it for October. It's interesting, but what I see again is that 5 people that are already very relevant in the field are part of it. So are we really doing what we gathered here to do? Because yes, I am a young person, but I've also been working with the program for 8 years.
But do you have some Estonians around you? Just grab 3 young people and give it to them.
I'll try. Yeah, but I did this once in Greece. It kind of worked, but in Greece only. Like we gathered teams of 3 to 5 people. They went for it. They kind of went for it. Most of them finished writing the project, but that's it. It's not that we had a group of 15 people from 3 countries in Europe.
Yeah, I mean, I also find it a bit bonker to be developing something with a team of 8 people and more. But the fuck, this is what they want. So let's give it a shot and see if it can work. I'm usually up for weird stuff. And I mean, yeah, there is quite a budget, and if the people really work for it, yeah, okay, maybe I should mention this. I don't intend to make this, whatever we are doing, profitable for me, neither for the organization. I wouldn't want to lose money on it, but let's not trying to earn money. But yeah, it will require some sort of work from the people. So if you will be burning a lot of hours on this, my invitation is just write it down. Write down how much time you actually spent with this. And then if it gets approved, then we can use the money from the project to somehow compensate you for your time. This is how I work with my organization. Like when people are doing something, I'm trying to compensate them. Rika, you want to say something?
No, I don't have a question, but I'm just saying from Georgia's side, I mean, people are very eager to participate in use exchanges. So if the finding people who would be willing to participate in even writing process or some, I mean, it's not a problem. I mean, for example, when we were like seeing the application, we received like more than 100 applications from for one project. So there are people are actually eager to participate, and if they have any chance. So it is like long time till October, so we could try.
Good. So just to sum it up, I am going to save this recording on YouTube and share it in the group. I'm going to create probably a Miro or something where you can put all your ideas. And your task right now is to find at least one more person from your country with whom you can discuss what is the challenge problem in the community, what is the possible answer. Then put it on the board, and then we will have another meeting, hopefully with more people, and then we will move on somehow. And we are not in rush, but still we want to have some regularity inside of this.
Rob, I think we marked
Okay.
negate the wrestling. Obviously, you've got great
Cool.
wrestling.
Good. Bye.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Bye.